Welcome everybody to Crazy Theories 44. Today, this theory is very important. The government does not want you to know anything about this. Kanye West doesn't even want you to know anything about this. This theory is about trees. Yes, trees. Nature's most important item. They are known for giving us oxygen, but don't be fooled. Yeah, trees. NASA has been planting these babies across the entire globe. The entire planet, and forests, and plains, and everything. And this is very serious. I'm going to spill the beans on this. I'm going to break this to the world. NASA is an evil company. And if you get sick easily, I'd click away now. This series pretty crazy. Our first suspect is Kanye West. He was last seen outside of the Balenciaga store wearing his own clothes. He wears his own clothes a lot, and this might not seem weird, but trees make paper. Paper makes, well, basically everything that has paper in it. What does paper have in it? Contracts. What was Jesus himself doing outside of Balenciaga? And something about trees, it'll shock you. I believe he was signing a contract. Balenciaga, that just sounds like an evil name, doesn't it? Because they are evil. Their shoes look so bad they're fooling people to get money. Kanye is signing his soul to Balenciaga. There's going to be a Yeezy x Balenciaga collab and everyone's going to buy it. Kanye's going to be the most richest man in the world. And if Kanye becomes the most richest man in the world, he'll take power. And you know what power does? Power does what NASA has. Take over the world. You might be saying, how does NASA have power? NASA has power because they get billions of dollars in from the government every couple years to fund their space programs. Now, they fund their space programs, and you sign the check, which is made out of paper. Paper's a big important thing in this entire role. Contracts are big important things. So, NASA getting all these checks, what are they really doing with all that money? I mean, you go to the news, do you really hear about astronauts being sent off to space a lot? No, it's really just like a thing that happens every couple of years. It's almost like they're using some of the money for other things. And I think I know exactly what those other things are. And you'll be shocked once I tell you. And those other things, they're spending that money to control the weather. Yes, you might be confused, but earlier I said they were planting the trees. But how are they going to keep the trees alive? Controlling the weather. They're sending ships into space to go get the orbital weather beams and shoot them into the clouds to make rain. They're shooting hoses and hoses of water into the clouds to make rain. But how would the water come from space all the way to the clouds? It's because they're not in space. They have secret aliens working for them. And, oh, we all know the alien theory. Oh, aliens are real. That doesn't matter. No one cares about aliens. They're not a part of this. All they're doing is helping control the weather. NASA is controlling the weather to keep their trees alive so they can make paper to make more contracts and make more money to spend it on what I was telling you about earlier. Now, this is going to shock you. That thing that NASA was spending their money on, well, it's serious. And it's pizza and reindeers. To take reindeers to carry the pizza to people's houses. You think it's a guy driving. It's a reindeer in disguise because of the aliens. But I told you the aliens don't matter. The reindeers are the biggest part. What pizza. Most delicious food. It gets so much money. NASA's getting that money. NASA's giving money to Kanye. NASA and Kanye are buying these reindeer aliens to get more money to go to their master plan. Now, I can tell you what the master plan is. It's very serious. But pizza makes a lot of money. Reindeers. Alien reindeers. This next part is very shocking. They're spending it on spaceships. Spaceship. Yes. Obviously, spaceships are the biggest part in the world. But didn't I say earlier that the spaceships aren't what they were spending their money on. So you could say, oh, that's a big hole in your theory. But no, they're not spending the money on the spaceships that they send to space. They're spending their money on spaceships to have in museums and think that NASA's doing stuff. They keep putting out things in the world that's not space stuff to convince people that they're doing things. They're not. They're buying fake model spaceships and putting them in stores. But the real spaceships they're buying, with all those reindeer and all that pizza, you know where they're going. Moon. Now, why would NASA want to go to the moon? I just told you that, I mean, they barely go there. But they do all the time, actually. NASA goes to the moon more than you think. And what they're doing there is enlarging their pizza business to make more money for their master plan. They are only $1 billion away from their master plan, and we have to start a petition to stop this. Why would they be going to the moon? I know it. This myth is very famous, and it's real. The moon is made of cheese to make their pizza. You might be saying, the moon isn't made of cheese, that's a myth. Oh, I'm here to tell you it's no longer a myth. It's been proven by Martin Rufus King Jr., the great president of Berlin. You might not even know what I'm talking about. Berlin is a Asian country, or it's an Asian state which is in Thailand, but it's a state inside of a state. It's the only thing ever. It's very hard to spell, and that's why it's very commonly off the radar, and a lot of people don't know about it. What does our country and Asia have in common? Donald Trump made friends with South Korea recently. He's talking to China, and North Korea is attacking us. So why would we need to go to Thailand? Well, they're buying more reindeer at Thailand. Everyone knows reindeer are normally born in Thailand. But there's something serious. Speaking of cheese, what is more cheesier than spawn camping as Jaeger in Rainbow Six Siege? Exactly. Nothing. Nothing's more cheesier than a spawn camping Jaeger in Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, you spawn in, you walk in, the Jaeger peaks, boom, 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 you're dead. It's Jaeger. Jaeger, it's always Jaeger. Nothing else, just Jaeger, 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 Jaeger. But look, German patch on Jaeger. And I said Martin Rufus King Jr. lives in Berlin and whatever I said earlier. I forgot the name because they're hitting me with memory wipers. That's because it sounds like Berlin, Germany. Maybe there's a tie between there, I don't know yet, but I know the end of this theory. They're using the paper from the trees and the cheese, wrap the cheese in paper, and lead the reindeers back to America. What are these reindeers going to accomplish? We're buying all these reindeer. NASA's buying all these reindeer with their billions of dollars to attract the man that loves reindeer the most. And no, it is not St. Patrick. It is not Cupid. It is not Jack Skellington. It's naughty or nice, checking his list twice himself. Kris Kringle. The one and only. You know and love. Santa Claus. Everybody for years has said he's not real. He's real. NASA is attracting him so they can send him to the moon, to where he can eat all the cheese and they can get rid of the moon to where there's no tides, for the tides not to cause mudslides to get rid of trees, so they can have as many trees to make more paper, to get more reindeers, to get Santa back, to eat another moon on Mars. And all this crazy stuff is all happening because they want to take control of the weather. Like I said before, they don't want any tides. They want nothing in the world for us to have enjoying. But what are they going to do with Santa after he eats all the moons they want him to? He can't eat the sun, he'd burn to death. Santa Claus himself, he's real. Don't believe anybody. But what they're going to do with Santa is they're going to shoot Santa. Pop a cap in his knee. He's on the ground. Fat, can't run because he ate the moon. And they're going to end Santa once and for all. they can't admit that Santa's not real. I mean, they can't admit that Santa's real, so they're gonna end him to prove that he's not real. But we all know the truth. We need to start a petition to save Santa Claus before they finish him off. We can't let this happen. I've left a link in the description of the video. You do not have to donate. Just click on the link and it will bring you. And you click a button. It's not a download. You don't actually have to click anything. You just go on the site. You can close it even 1 millisecond after. And it will save Santa. Click the link below to save Santa.